Batman Arkham Asylum is one of the most influential games of the late 2000s. The Arkham franchise changed and improved gaming overall. It is a great pleasure and honor to finally give you my thoughts on the game that proves the whole world how superhero video games can actually be awesome. Until Batman Arkham Asylum, superheroes did not translate well in video game format. I had little expectation going to this franchise, however I was amazed by how well this game managed to capture the allure and character of Batman, both as an unstoppable fighting machine and as the world's greatest detective. Every mechanic of the game feels thematic and brilliantly implemented in one of Batman's greatest adventures. The Arkham series has influenced not only gaming but other DC-related media as well. For example, the design of Catwoman resembles the one from the Arkham series in most recent animated adaptation. When it comes to the button mashing gameplay, other amazing series like Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor have copied the system entirely and barely added a sword and some killing to spice it up and add some differences. I've played the whole game on my channel, and I might use some of my commentary clips from time to time, therefore don't be surprised by my change in tone. I actually make reviews in my Batman menacing voice to hide my secret identity, but in reality I'm a lazy fuck. Might as well spice it up in my edit and use my playthrough not only as a source of content but for my commentary as well. What Arkham series does best is not the gameplay, story, environment, or exploration, but above all, the game does Batman justice. It makes him look imposing, calculated, strong, and even frightening for his lesser foes. The gothic atmosphere is perfect for a Dark Knight, and the insane torture ambience of the Asylum works perfectly with the action-packed horror story of the game. Being surrounded by psychopaths, thugs, and animals is a perfect scenario to challenge Batman physically and above all mentally in numerous life-threatening situations. What really gives this game its horror is Batman's vulnerability as a human, forced to face monsters beyond his physical abilities. We get to explore the tormented mind of our detective, even get to dive within his psychological struggle against his troublesome past and conflicting personalities. Scarecrow was a perfect villain to bring some extra fear in our insane asylum, ruled by the very inmates the facility tried to contain. Batman has the best cast of villains, by the way. Just like Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe, Batman has an antagonist to challenge him in every capability. Joker is by far the main villain and the perfect antagonist for a Dark Knight in very single way.
Having a little trouble up there?
Joker.
You were expecting maybe Two-Face?
There's no escape, Joker.
Silly bat! I don't want to escape! I'm having way too much fun!
Even their personalities are complete opposite. One is order, resolve, discipline, and justice, while the other one is chaos, insanity, destruction, and crime. The game really emphasizes the contrast between these two titans of the DC universe. Speaking of titans, let's address the story for a moment. It is simple yet well executed premise. Joker lets himself get captured and sent to the Arkham Asylum alongside hundreds of other blackmailed inmates. It was all very suspicious from the start, and Joker even taunts Batman about the convenience of this very predicament.
I think he's talking about you, Bats. Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here. Gotta say, it's good to be back.
The Dark Knight suspects something and joins the incarceration procedure, to only end up trapped in the asylum. Somehow Joker takes control of the institution and monitors Batman's progress, only allowing him access to the facilities he wants to be explored. Besides all this terror, is the master plan to harvest the Venom formula and control of army of giant monsters like Bane. This is the main quest, and the fight with Joker remains as the most anticipated boss fight at the end of the game. Naturally, along the way we encounter numerous unpredictable savages like Zaz, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, and Scarecrow. Harley Quinn is also making a memorable appearance. I love her outfit and voice.
Surprise! You know, Bats, I always thought there was a spark between us.
She sounds like a spoiled blonde bimbo with severe daddy issues. If this was an anime, she would be my waifu. Once Catwoman appears on the screen, I start to doubt my preferences. However, the Harley Quinn animated show, where she is a lesbian with Poison Ivy, is a statement to how popular and beloved she has become in recent years. Even the Suicide Squad movies, from David Ayer and James Gunn, have Harley Quinn as the main attraction of the show. Arkham City gives Harley Quinn another look, which makes her seem more crazy and hot than before. Let's get back to the gameplay stages. There are two main combat stages you'll have to overcome and master if you are to finish this game on anything but the easy difficulty. First is the standard combat system, which works and can look impressive at times, but is rather basic and simplistic. It's kinda similar with the one from Assassin's Creed, but less fun or dynamic than the combat system from Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. As you progress, you unlock new moves or takedowns, but overall the combat stays simplistic, and the only challenge you face is the number of enemies you have to defeat. The enemy variety is decent: knives, bats, guns, and even giant mindless brutes that you have to battle rank as they charge. The other more complex and challenging combat system is the Predator mode, where you have to hide in the shadows from armed thugs and pick them one by one, using the environment and the numerous gadgets you have at your disposal. This is the part which truly makes you feel like a predator. You become the knight and inflict terror on your enemies. The goggles are the best vantage point to get a chance to ambush and divide your foes. You can also hide beneath the crates, or simply stalk your prey from the corners. I prefer the more brutal beat-em-up challenges, but I had fun terrifying my enemies from above. Fear is a powerful tool, and Batman is known for using it. But as it is right now, fear is also implemented against him. The Scarecrow boss fight gives us a clear example for how steady and strong Batman can face his greatest terrors and failures. Scarecrow is the only villain who gives 3 separate boss fights with the Dark Knight, and the way Batman deals with this challenge is thematic as it is clever. I think it is fantastic how you can use the bat signal to defeat your fears. You being Batman and embodying your deepest fear is what sets you free from Scarecrow toxin. Also, we get to witness the death of Bruce's parents and the way he faces the tragedy. On a lighter note, I wonder which one dies more often, Uncle Ben or Batman's parents. Another similarity between Spider-Man and Batman. Well, Web of Shadows was actually a decent game as well, not to mention the one which had Black Cat and Wolverine in it. We get to choose to be, you get to choose the Venom, and to end up being with Black Cat.
Be with me. Together we can be whatever we want. Free from want, free from responsibility, free to have fun. You do like fun, don't you?
Another effective boss fight will have to be the one with Killer Croc. Simple in concept, but fun to play along. The vulnerability of entering the lair of a 10-foot tall predator made for a terrifying scenario. Actually scared me during this mission. I was actually scared during this mission. If a situation can make a hero look vulnerable and trapped, then there is true fear to be had. Poison Ivy is hot. She has a nice simplistic outfit with a bikini and no pants.
That feels so much better.
She's a good kid.
Otherwise, the exploration is good. There are plenty of riddle trophies to collect and riddles to solve. When it comes to collectibles, the game has outdone itself. From cattle bios to interview tapes In the mysterious Amadeus Arkham Relics, the game is bursting with content. Also have to address the gadgets Batman has as an arsenal on the journey, and his inventory only increases in the sequel. Every tool has a different purpose and helps tremendously in finding collectibles and advancing with the story. The Batarang and grappling hook are useful weapons as well, which prove crucial in defeating your opponent in a boss fight, once fighting Killer Croc and then at the end against the Joker. Even the explosive gel is used to deal with poison ivy, and the Batarang in avoiding Killer Croc from drowning you into the water. Overall, Batman Arkham Asylum is incredible in every aspect. Even when it comes to voice actors, they got the legendary Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill to bring to life the most epic rivalry of the DC universe. I give Batman Arkham Asylum a well-earned 10 out of 10. This is how you make an incredible superhero game. It's so damn good, it's timeless. Feels like witnessing one of the best Batman comic book in recent history.
Can't beat me. I'm actually going to win. Ready for the next round?
Always.
What?
I'll never let you win.